What's up, everybody? This is Marzi, and I'm here with some free code Campman, and we're going to end up getting back into the JavaScript role-playing game that I'm currently creating. I'm on step 50. Well, actually, I completed step 50, but they're playing with me. It's okay. What? Did I actually complete it? I don't know. But we have 173 steps, so this is going to take a long time, which is good, because that means I have hella videos to be recording to be able to get through this. So let's jump right into step 50. I think to take a note of that. So we now are at step 51. So there are two ways to access the properties of an object, which is dot notation, which is just a period, and then the bracket notation, which is similar to an array. Oh, I didn't even know they wrote that there. Dot notation is what you use when you know the name of the property you're trying to access ahead of time. So here is a sample. So, okay, so for instance, even though this is cat and whiskers is popping up, they want me to do it a different way. So I guess I'm supposed to do cat dot, what did I write? I think it's cat dot name. Yeah, so that ended up working. Whiskers still pops up, but I swore Whiskers was already popping up. Object, but to target a specific area, a specific key with the value inside of an object, you would do whatever the variable is, dot this part, and then maybe if I wanted this part, I would do dot this part, if that makes sense. Okay, understandable. On to the next one. So now we are at step 52. So the second way to access the properties is with this, which is similar to the array still. So if the property of the object you're trying to access has a space, which is, I kind of figured, even though I said it 2 seconds ago, that it would be a dot for that one. But yeah, I kind of figured that if it is a 2-space name, that is why you would use this one, which is pretty cool. But my thing is, I'm wondering, is this only usable, right, in objects? Yeah, because this is called the property of the object you're trying to access. Oh, no, never mind. The second way to access the properties of an object. Actually, yeah, maybe this is something that's currently only used in objects. Who knows? They may explain different things to us later, or I'm just not thinking correctly. But yes, so that ended up working. On to step 53. So now we got step 53, and they say later on in the curriculum you will dive deeper into objects, but for now, we can apply what we have learned to the role-playing game. So they want us to delete the cat object. So basically delete everything here. Perfecto. Step 54, let's jump into this. Your locations array will hold different locations, like the store, the cave, and the town square. So each location will be represented as an object. Inside of your locations array, add an object inside of the object. Inside of that object, add a key called name with the value of town square. So, what are we saying? Do we have to switch this here? Because why does that look a little bit funky to me? Location should be an object. Maybe I forgot how to add an object. Well, I think I'm onto it. But what do you mean my first value should be an object? Maybe it's supposed to be something like this? I think I'm confused. Oh, so I just had to remove the semicolon and add this. I was like, because I already had added this, but I guess the semicolon was the issue. So make sure I take a note of that, pretty much. Now we are on to step 55, which is just like array values. Object properties are separated by a comma, so add a comma after your name property and add a button text property with the value of an array. So, since the property name has a space in it, you will need to surround it with quotes. So they want me to do button text. So wait, hold on. Oh yeah, okay, so they want me to do a comma here, and then they want me to, okay, so that's why it didn't work. So they want me to do button text with an empty value. So we'll do this, probably put 2 quotations, and then that should be it. Okay, do they not want 2 quotations? Sorry, if you hear me. Clear my throat. Your first location value should be an object. So you got buttons, text. I think it's still supposed to be like this, unless they want me to do a comma here now. Let me see how that, yeah, no, they don't want me to do that. Or do they want me to end it? What do they want me to do? What do they want me to do? I feel like this is the same issue I ran into last time. Because I definitely put a comma here. So you got town square. Now it says, and add a button text property with the value of an empty array. And since the property name has a space in it, you will need to surround it with quotes, which I did end up doing. So I'm a little bit confused unless they want a space there. Your first location's value should have a button text property with the value that is an array, and your first location's value should have a button text property. Oh, an empty array. My bad. So it's supposed to be something like this. Okay. I didn't read that. I've obviously read it over and over, but I was confused. Thank God they repeated it. Step 56, give your empty button text array 3 string elements and use the 3 strings being assigned to the button inner text properties in the goTown function. Remember that the array values are separated by commas. So give your empty thing 3 string elements and use the 3 strings being assigned to the button and inner text properties in the goTown. So specifically, we're looking for the goTown function here, and they want me to basically assign them. Do they want me to assign that? Oh yeah, the inner text. So everything here, but that's gonna be a hassle to copy. Show us though exactly why we need to be doing these things. Sometimes it takes a minute, but paste, and that should end up working. Boom. Now let me just go see real quick because what are we possibly doing? So none of these buttons still work. So I want to make sure. Fight cave. Okay, so none of that works. I think we're just honestly storing some data. I believe. I mean, what are objects for? I mean, they definitely explained it a while ago, and memory is loopsy. So create another property in your object called button function. So give this property an array containing the 3 functions assigned to the onClick properties in the goTown function. So remember that these functions are variables, not strings, and should not be wrapped in quotes. Watch how somehow I will wrap that in quotes. So we need to create another property in your object called button functions. So let's go and do that. We got button functions, and then we're going to close that out with this. Oh, we need a comma. Don't forget that comma, boy. Or girl. Sorry, I don't know why I said boy. Then it says give this property an array. Let's read slowly. An array looks like this, containing the 3 functions assigned in the onClick properties in the goTown. So the onClick properties, meaning these ones. Okay, the goTown one. If not, then oops, but no, I think I'm doing good. Perfect, though. We are on a roll here. We understand objects. Honestly, I think objects seems like the most easiest to write. I think the only thing is like, what am I doing with these objects? I don't know, like, am I storing data? I think, right? Or are we actually creating something to work, right? Because none of this is working. So I think we are literally just storing data. Step 58. I'm kind of running through these, so I think I've definitely gotten better with the fundamentals of like understanding what they want me to do. But now, like I said, I just need to get to the point where I could do all this on my own. But add one final property named text. So we're going to get into that. We're going to call that text. Give this property the same string value as the one assigned to text inner text in the goTown function. So basically this right here. I wonder if they want me to write it specifically like that with the double quote. Oh, my bad. Always forget the damn comma. Perfecto. That is what I'm talking about. Now we got all this looking smooth. All right, so our step 59, add a second object to your locations array and remember to separate them with a comma. Following the pattern you used in the first object, create the same properties but use the values from the goStore function and set the name property to store. Definitely read that a bit too fast. So add a second object to your locations. Okay, so that's actually pretty sick. So I could sit here and add a second object. Maybe this needs a comma. No comma. Maybe this needs to end here. Okay. I don't know if that's right. Because then I started highlighting a bunch of things. How do we add a second one without affecting? Because y'all see what I mean, right? Because it has like that red underline. Or maybe I end that. I'm not sure. That didn't really seem to affect anything. I'm probably going to leave it like that. I think something here, though, is definitely going to be my issue. A second object to your locations array. Remember to sum and then set the name property to this. Okay, so we're going to set the name property to store. I'm assuming they're talking about this one. So that we can do that. And then we're going to get the values from the goStore. But the only thing is that what do I do for this? How this is button text and button functions. Maybe I keep those the same. I'm not too positive. This is probably going to be a lot of mishap happening here, but honestly, I think the best thing is to just try it. The location array should have two values. It has to be something to do with here. Okay, so and use this. Add a second object to your locations array. Remember to separate with a comma. Oh, okay, okay. Because once they said that, separate with a comma, I was thinking up here, but then I'm like, you know what? Maybe it has to be after my damn, or like right next to it. Sometimes I feel weird putting stuff here, but then I gotta remember that I did it down here too, so I am goaded. I'm wondering though, does this need a comma here then? So it's like they want me to erase that, paste it in here, but then they want me to erase this one. Okay, okay, so I wonder, are they just gonna make me not rewrite the other one? Oh, you could do that. That's crazy. So now this is even more crazy. So they're showing me how to call a specific function. So we put it in here to be able to show myself how to call it down here. That is insane. That is insane. So basically whatever is in there now, oh, it still doesn't work, but I think it's because I need to use the word location to the update. So we're literally doing locations. Okay, still kind of confused what's going on here. So is it dot inner text here? I'm confused then. I'm so lost, but I'm hungry. Oh, I'm an idiot. I think they want me to do that. Okay. That makes me slow. Enjoyed. Hopefully y'all really did enjoy me learning a bit more JavaScript. I cannot wait for, excuse me, the to-do list to be done and to actually create more projects. But this is just amazing. This is really a good step-by-step walkthrough. And at first I feel like I didn't think it was going to be good. But the more I walk through it, the more I'm actually really learning, and this is really going to help me in the long run, truly. But deuces.